One of the comments I got on my first few videos was that my lathe didn't look particularly small. I'm not certain whether this is because of the angles I've chosen or because there isn't much in shop for scale, but I needed to do something to keep my videos on brand, so when I got the chance to buy a watchmaker's lathe for a good price, I went for it. It's often very nerve-wracking ordering something large and expensive on eBay, but I was relieved to find that the lathe had been very well protected during shipping. Watchmaker's lathes in perfect working order are usually out of my price range, and I knew this one is going to require some work before it's usable. The main reason for choosing this lathe was that it came with a lot of equipment and tooling, which I've read can be difficult and expensive to buy separately. There are lots of different standards for watchmakers' lathe collets, and it can be hard to be sure you're buying the right ones. The headstock looks in reasonable condition, but the bearings are a little stiff. I was happy to see that the pulleys include an index plate, which I hadn't noticed before I bought it. The bed has a lot of surface discoloration and corrosion, but no signs of serious wear. I'm hoping the corrosion is superficial enough that I can get away with just dissolving it off with vinegar. The round shape with the two flats at right angles seems to be relatively uncommon. Most watchmakers' lathes available have a single flat surface with a slot down the middle. This lever looks like it's for advancing and retracting tools mounted in the tailstock. I'm not certain how it works, but it looks like it's in great condition. The chuck doesn't seem to be anything to do with this lathe, so I assume somebody who was unfamiliar with the tooling put it in the box along with everything else. It's a Jacob's chuck, so I'm sure once I've cleaned it up I can find a use for it. The tailstock seems to be in fine condition. The major parts look like they are plated, and according to Stefan Goswinter, his lathe is nickel plated. This probably means I need to be careful not to damage the plating during restoration. This looks like another tailstock, but without the rectangular mounting on the bottom. I'm not certain if some operations require both at the same time. Please leave a comment if you know why a watchmaker's lathe would need two tailstocks. The crossline and compound looks sound, but the mechanism feels gummed up and the handles are out of place. It's clearly going to need a lot of cleaning, but I'm optimistic given the lack of obvious damage. This tool doesn't look like it's part of the lathe, but it does still look useful. I'm guessing that at least one of its functions is a movement holder, but please comment if you know more about this tool. I've no idea what this pulley is for yet, so please let me know if you do. A mysterious box that rattles. I'll open that later. The box contains a whole load of small tools, some of which are obvious like the collets, box chucks and tool rests. Most of the rest I have no idea about, so I've got a lot of learning ahead of me. Much of the tooling needs to have the rust removed and all needs to be cleaned. The box itself is nice, but needs a lot of love, so I think I'll see what I can do about restoring that as well. That's a familiar looking shape. Where have I seen one of those before? I did the basic design in first 3 episodes of my faceplate project without ever having seen one in person. It turns out I got the basic construction right, but I had no idea how the clamps work. The thumb wheels on the ends control the spacing, ensuring the clamps hold evenly as I suspected, but I hadn't realised the screws behind the plate tighten the clamps at the same time as tightening their position against the plate. The design is extremely elegant and I'm certainly going to try and copy it for the faceplate for my other lathe. Restoring this watchmaker's lathe and learning how to use it will be a background project for now. I'll record the work and turn it into an irregular series of videos. Hopefully it's small enough to fit in with my channel name for those who think my main lathe is too big. Having a watchmaker's lathe will help me continue flattering the Joy of Precision channel with imitation, as Max deserves almost as much credit for inspiring my videos as Emma Ritson does. I'll leave you with some footage I took while experimenting with my new motorised camera dolly. Please comment if you have any helpful suggestions about restoring or using this lathe, if you have any questions or any other feedback on this channel. If you haven't seen my faceplate project videos yet, please subscribe so you can catch the rest of the series.